what it feels like when you got your own place to do whatever you want, play whatever music you want. Yeah! Time to play! Snow in March. It's awesome. The middle of March snow, I love it. It was just like 50 degrees yesterday. So, coming into the gym again. Got all this reorganizing I'm starting to do back in here with some of the back pieces to make room for more. So, we'll see how it plans out. I'm going to take you guys through a little workout today. Just got this piece yesterday, stoked about it. I'm going to try it out today. So lots of beautiful snow outside today. I'm going to take you through just a little bit of a fun workout. Maybe show you some machines you've never seen before. Transitioning from the 90-day hypertrophy back to a 5 to 6 day split, which is a little bit more push-pull modified and a little bit more sort of volume based. I feel good. Give myself some rest. So tell me what you guys think. Lots of cool machine reviews and other stuff coming your way. Appreciate your tuning in. Have an awesome day. So I'm going to show you 3 newer posterior chain pieces that I just got not too long ago. Really cool just to start my workout with. Really nice to have a little bit of hamstrings incorporated in with some back and biceps. We're focusing on slower rest, a little bit more unilateral tension-based movements. So this is the prone leg curl from Strive. I really like this. Have only used this a handful of times since I've had it. I'm going to find the plate-loaded version at some point too, and I have both of them, but I love manipulating the strength curve. I still prefer to do most prone leg curl movements with my torso upright. It's really nice to have this next to the medx selectorized and plate-loaded leg curls. Regardless of what the research says, I still love prone leg curls. Seated leg curls are cool too, but still there's so much, it's such a stable position to be in to isolate hamstrings. So check this out. I'm going to show you 2 hip extension machines. I love hip extension machines. So I got this not too long ago. This is the Legend Fitness tiered reverse hyper. It's selectorized. Really smooth feel. Now I don't have the ability to manipulate the strength curve like I do with the Atlantis, but there's something about this selectorized piece that is just very, very smooth. So I'm doing relatively lightweight, 15 reps, really trying to hold a contraction. The beauty of this machine is the ability to get the hips fully extended in a safe manner. So really love this machine. Excited to incorporate this more in my workouts to really hammer the posterior chain. All right, so let's see if any of you guys actually recognize, have seen, or used this particular machine. I got this not too long ago. I've only used this a handful of times too. Have any of you guys ever used this? This is the medx hip extension. So you actually lay on your side. My angle of taking this video is not the greatest, but I'm excited to see where this takes me. So I have a thing for glute machines. The cool thing with this is it's kind of like the other hip extension Nautilus machine I have. I like to I've practiced playing around with supersetting with my knees extended to my knees flexed. So you can see using the medx technology, the weight stack, I'm able to get my hips fully extended laying on my side. I played around with it. It actually feels more comfortable with a pillow in between my knees, but really excited to see where this takes me. Have any of you guys ever used this or seen this machine before? So we stimulated the hamstrings. Now we're going to do some back. So as I mentioned earlier, this particular phase of the 6 weeks, I really try to focus on more unilateral isolation type movements rather than bilateral, especially with most of the body parts, because I feel it isolates them better. So I'm using this Arsenal row. Got another video on this channel with me showing you using this, but it honestly feels way more comfortable with me standing rather than me sitting. It's the same exact copy of the old school Nebula low row, but it's got a lot more handle options. As I mentioned in my other video with this, it's a great machine, but the weight horn is in the wrong place. I really want to find someone to weld a weight horn to the top of the movement arm, which will be much more advantageous for the strength curve. The strength curve works better when you stand, much better. So I'm doing underhand to neutral to underhand to facing out supersetting with each handle. So I get about 8 to 10 to 12 reps on each handle, back to back to back to back. I'm only doing 2 sets of this. So really focusing on full stretch to full contraction, which really requires me to turn my hips and my torso just a smidge to fully shorten and subsequently fully lengthen the lat. So excited to play around with this machine more, but using it more just does not feel good sitting there, just because the strength curve is off. But standing, it's phenomenal piece. So this, you can see with me standing here, this is almost like I'm doing a one-arm dumbbell row or one-arm cable row because of the angle I take, which is cool. Then we're going to do some one-arm pull-downs. This is the older style medx torso arm, with the handles are kind of inside. These handles are amazing technology. So similarly, you can see I'm kind of twisting to try to fully shorten my lat from the fully lengthened to fully contracted position. The foot pedal is really nice. The weight stack's a little light, so you have to go higher reps or put a gym pin in there. But the medx technology there's just a phenomenal feel on these selectorized machines. I have not used a medx machine that I did not like as far as the strength curve goes. So you can see I'm kind of fully lengthening to fully contracting, and then I kind of just superset that to 2 arms at a time. So I'm only doing 2 sets on this machine. Sometimes less is more, and give me more exercise selection and less sets of them. All right, so then I was playing around with this Paramount rotary lat pull down. I just have not spent enough time with this machine because I've got so many others. But the few times I've used it, I've really liked it. So I'm kneeling in this instance. I'm kind of leaning forward to get a full lat stretch and then a full contraction. The nice thing with this machine is the stretch. The stretch is excellent. In comparison to some other lat machines, it really forces your lats to stretch and pulls them apart, almost like a band would. So you can see me doing 1 arm at a time, kind of just playing around with what feels good and comfortable. I like this Paramount rotary line a lot, particularly the plate-loaded line, just because it's comfortable and those handles move with you. It's kind of like the Body Masters line, but I really like this machine a few times I've used it. This is honestly my first time in this cross-axis row. This guy's had it for like a month and a half. He finally delivered it. So really unique feel on this. It feels crazy on the upper back, like the rhomboids, the middle traps. Really unique feel. So this is literally the first time I'm using it. You can see I'm playing around with the neutral grip and the overhand grip narrow and the overhand grip wide. So need to spend a lot more time with this. But the other cross-axis pieces I have are just excellent. So I anticipate nothing less from this. Then I'm just supersetting 2 more movements to finish the back part. I like supersetting these movements. This is the Nautilus behind the neck machine. I'm going to go to a Nautilus pullover machine. So you can see with the way my arms are, this is not the intended way to use the machine, but I promise you it's much easier on the shoulders. When you're decently wide, it's very hard to keep your arms straight up without it feeling like it's going to rip your shoulders off. So it's just much more comfortable on the shoulders with this position, and I'm absolutely getting some lat and particularly some teres and serratus recruitment with this position, regardless of what anybody says. So try it out. I focus really on the stretch on this machine. It's the stretch that's excellent. The range of motion isn't huge, but the stretch is excellent. Then you can see I'm just doing this 2ST pullover. So here I've dropped the weight and I'm really focusing on keeping my head up. What I've noticed myself and a lot of other people do, kind of like when you do pull downs and you get tired, you crunch. You crunch your neck and head in and tuck it in, and you're actually not engaging your lats all the way when you do that. So I'm trying to just focus on keeping my head up with the weight a little bit lighter, and just really focusing on keeping tension on there the whole time. So it's kind of an underhand, overhand, superset type movement. I do back to back with the behind the neck machine, I think 3 sets. But this is just a killer superset combo. I'm going to show you this tricep that will absolutely blow up your biceps. Honestly, the more I use these Havoc dumbbells, particularly for this movement and lateral raises, the more I think it's one of my favorite go-to movements for just overall stimulation, annihilation, and mass building. Iron Core makes these same things, so I start out with my hands, and it's a mechanical drop set. You're doing it from hardest to easiest. So this is the first set with the dumbbell facing out like that, and then the second set on the thick grip is with it just straight up and down, so it's gravity taking it. So, and then I do, the last 2 parts are with my hands inside the dumbbell using the 2 different fat grips. Just absolutely, completely stimulates and annihilates. And the nice thing is it gets easier at the end when you're holding it this way, and allows you to do more. So 2 sets of this, I was done. It's totally my kind of weather. I'll take snow, cold, ice any day of the week.